There it is. Okay, here we go. You probably heard, see, I got my little ear thingy here and there. You probably heard from Mr. Larry Wade because I'm making this video for him. He's a really good friend, one of my best friends from the Catch as Catch Can events and music events that we've discussed. I mean, because we'd have both for about, going on over 15 years. Very, basically, what's happened is myself, him, and another best friend named Matt Birkenbile have gotten together to lay off the creative field from like basically people not wanting quality to offer you what we consider as a plumbing service. So as far as your service goes, you could be the wrinkle releaser, and we're going to make you look better. Okay, that's kind of plain. You could be Miller, and we got to take this and put it on, on art. Basically, I mean, we have books like this that have like, let me show you, layouts after layouts for classical art, like a museum. Basically, all design is pathology, as you see. The shape here, say your logo would go here and your message in here. So basically, we could change it every month for every holiday. Basically, talking about holidays is the way to go. So in fact, I'm with this book over here. You might actually be getting this book. So here's how it works. Problem, agitation, solution. You probably have terrible design if you've never been offered it because most people in design are crooked, and I don't know why, it just is. I mean, that's why we're on our own. But as it happens, we're all about 19, 20 years out of college. So we learned our labor. We learned it like a doctor, a lawyer. We know what to do. Now, pretty much, I'll show you something bad. So what it is, I'm going to show you the problem. We'll agitate it and show you the solution. So basically, it's pretty terrible because it's hard to read. See what I mean? It's like if I move it at all, you can't see what layers are. This is like even better than what you're getting now off of websites like Upwork and Fiverr, that they have no experience. They just bought the equipment and they think Photoshop makes or InDesign or Illustrator makes the design. It doesn't. What happens is, I mean, it's the 75th anniversary, but it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible because you can't read it. And what I mean by terrible is, we do stuff like this. This is death proof. See, death proof. You can read it. We do some cool art. We can produce all this and don't cut and chop it up. And this is another one that's good. So this is actually exactly looks a lot like the stuff that I do because this is the school design we came out of the year 2000 advertising agency. You see the difference? So we want to take the work that looks like this, and we want to make it like this. And we want to take a calendar and actually hit every holiday because that's whenever people basically you're going to take advantage and multiply the print of what we have. When you're going to multiply that across the board. I'm going to spend about 5 minutes here, which is an average phone call. But you're going to take the print and multiply it across the board. Now, you might have something looking this cool, right? And actually, we all worked for CBS. I mean, if you don't know CBS, CSI, this is where we learned the same year. We're going to look like this, CBS, right? And you can look it up right now. Zane Morris at PCW, or I don't know if Larry Wade's listed, but I mean, he was there too. He was a major referee in the circuit. So we're still doing all that, but we're going to fund all that. But basically, you want one for Valentine's Day, President's Day, whatever, because the whole world, every newspaper out there is going to be printing already. And just like, basically, here's our deal. Now, that's the agitation is you don't have this in your life. You want to have this in your life, but you don't. I want to spend a time like training military guys, like over here at the old school boxing gym in Colorado, and you can come and get a boxing lesson if you want, or wrestling lesson. The trick is that I train Army, Air Force. I've worked with Marines. I've worked with the National Guard. I've worked with Navy. I've worked with two Navy people. One of whose brother was a SEAL. But basically, and anybody who walks in the street. But I got to be able to conquer the challenge of anybody that walks in off the street. So basically, if you're thinking about this, say your toilet's clogged. It stinks. This is a clogged toilet. Terrible, terrible, terrible. See, it's about hierarchy. You got to know where to read. Imagine your business. It's Valentine's Day, and this is what you want to do. It's Christmas. This is what you want to do. It's 4th of July. This is what you want to do. It's Cinco de Mayo. This is what you want to do. Every season of the year, every month. Now, what type of investment are we talking? See, here's the solution part. So I agitated it. Now, solution. I stirred the stopped up toilet. We were a design plumber by MB firm, and you should. I'm not going to put the website in here because you should have been here from the website. You see what I'm saying? Don't go backwards. So it looks like we're going to go around 6 minutes. So basically, to get started, just like with the plumber, you're going to call and say, hey man, my toilet's clogged. What can we do? And I suggest getting probably 2 design items. We have categories of 1, 2, and 3 hours, and plus we do overflow work for advertising agencies like for Coca-Cola and Pepsi, like that style of stuff that you'd see in the store, like the 4th of July display. But basically, what you would see is you would see that you're going to need two things. Basically, you want a promotional logo. Like basically, this right here is Warner Brothers. You can see it's Warner Brothers, right? You are Warner Brothers. For every movie that come out is a promotional logo and a poster. For the initial investment is always going to be half of the total investment up front to start the work, because we have to engage artists and writers and whatnot. So you're going to need a promotional logo. The losers was basically comic books. So this could be Christmas, 4th of July, President's Day, any kind of sale that there's out there. And what we do is we let you do your own print, because usually the companies like us mark up the print like 20%, and then plus they mark it up there. So you're basically going to save like 40% with us. And you can use our Kinko's account. We have a Kinko's account, NB Firm. If you just mention our name and you're using our work, what I do is I go and take it on a zip drive to the Kinko's personally, or an artist or a writer or one of our agents, and they check the file, make sure everything's good, because basically if they don't have this font and I don't do it right, it's going to come out just like that. See what I'm saying? So that's the kind of stuff you don't want to have to worry about, just like the plumber. You don't have to stick your hand down in the stinky toilet. Well, that's what we do all day. And we're basically like design attorneys for your concept. So that being said, what you want to do is you want to buy one of these. Now, just like with the service call, we have to have a minimum service call. So the initial investment is $80 per hour for 1 hour, and for the 2-hour jobs, the investment increases by $80 up to 3 hours, and then you call us and find out, because sometimes you might actually want us to, rewrite this whole thing, and it might take 4 or 5 hours. Or we've had jobs before that took up to like 55 hours a day, which means, of course, you got to hire, 8 to 10 artists working, 6 hours a day on it, which is fine. It's like a promotional sites for the bigger companies, like for say the Blu-ray disc companies themselves. But as you can see, like actually and Death Proof came out with another movie by Quentin Tarantino. I forgot what it was called, but Derek Michaels was actually in the other movie that taught us TV, that me and Larry. So, I mean, we're in entertainment only because we're in high numbers. We're not special. It's just like getting a job at Sears or anywhere else, as long as you have the experience. So technically it's not like Sears, but it's like, say we're slip and fall attorney for your ideas. So, what it would cost would be, that entire layout, if you already had a promotional logo, which you don't, would be $160 investment total. Right, so it'd be an $80 investment here and an $80 investment here. So that's 2 total hours. But we're fast enough to do that, where we take the people that charge like $5 an hour and stuff, it would take them 20 hours, take us 2, because we're that fast. We're like newspaper, right? We got to change the story overnight. We got to get it to you perfectly. So maybe we're around 10 minutes. So, but anyway, I mean, no need to preach that, but basically here's how it works. So you're going to probably talk with me at first, or somebody that I personally train. We're going to brainstorm with you. We're going to figure out what you have. We're going to figure out you're selling these glow sticks for Halloween, whatever. And I don't know whether this has a French logo on it, but you're a French thing company. So I could take this, put this picture on here, and put your name of your company and your contact information, because your human brain can only remember like 6 things because of 5, right? Iron Claw. But I've held over 90 titles since I was I've wrestled since I was 9. So it's over 30 years, right? And then I coach it. I've coached Olympics, American. I've been filmed as the coach for American Idol. I'm a great coach. So if you don't get me, you're getting a world level coach. The Air Force is like the top of the world. So anyway, the point is that for basically an investment of under $200 total dollars, and most businesses have petty cash. I know this for a fact because I've dealt with them. But they have the petty cash of $250 or under, for under $200, and really half of that now to start, and then half immediately up on delivery. Then you can go get it printed, probably spend another whatever you spend printing, get postcards or anything to pass around. But yeah, I mean, if you had a postcard that looked like this and you had these videos, a person can only remember 5 things. So by the time they drive away, they don't remember. They're going to remember that you have their favorite comedy. In fact, you have 2 of them for a price. So what you want is you want the profit for these to cover 4 or 5 times of the initial investment of the $160, which would be, that's a total investment. So the initial investment coming to us via PayPal, which is trusted, would only be a total of $80 to get started. Yeah, look, I got so much stuff here. Look, so much good art here, but I mean, basically it's samples. So All you got to do is contact me at the information that has been provided, and or contact whatever agent has gotten with you, and I'm gonna call and have a brainstorm session with you for about 15 minutes. Basically asking you all your stuff. What do you want? Because I'm gonna take you from this to this, or take you from this to this, because we're Photoshop experts, we're retouch experts, right? And we're also musical event experts. So anything that you do need with agencies, this is what we want to do with our life. We want to help society. You want to make sure everybody knows what you have, but if you're a parent or not, you got to think like one. You got to love like a father. You got to nurture like a mother, but you got to nurture your business. But we're actually going to put food on your table, so we can increase that by on average. You can ask Sinister Tattoos here in Colorado Springs, where I got my tattoo. He was a 2008, I think, or 2006 top tattoo artist in Colorado Springs. It's right on his wall. But you can ask him. He comes in for up to 3 to 5 years, right? So you might get your initial visit back, but then it trickles back in. That's why you want to do it every month. That way you always have a trickle in. That way you always have extra money to send, not the kids to school, like the old school type things. Kids could probably get scholarships, I'm sure if your kids are smart. But you want to have it for the kids, for cheeseburgers, for Happy Meals, for trips to movies, for whenever you want a night out with your mate or whatever, right? So, but this is all you need to do. Is just request for me to give you a call. Maybe give me 2 days, 2 possible days. Like do it either Tuesday or Thursday. Give me a 2-hour window between 2 and 4 o'clock. In your time zone, Eastern time. We're the Eastern time zone. We're in the Pacific time zone. We work a lot off the West Coast and whatnot. But anyway, there's your pitch. So that's a 12-minute explanation of exactly what we do. And if I had anything else, hopefully this doesn't upset you too much. But I'm in the middle of proving that UFOs aren't real. So, and then again, I work for the Air Force, right? We're supposed to have all these alien bodies, where we don't. Where's it at? Yeah. So, yeah, I help out a little bit freelance along the side, but that's how security works. So, anyway, funny thing is, it's all contained right there. All right. So, artists, writers, creative direction. Looking forward to meeting with you, and looking forward to serving your family, and you for years to come. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want more money, right? We're advertising. We do one thing. Design Plumber by ME Firm, we do one thing. We sell money at a discount. So for only an initial investment of an average about $160, you will get, on average, $500 back per effort. So once you start getting a little bit of money, and you might want to do 2 a month. Now we're up and all that. But I don't know. It's just like we're in the right clothes. So anyway, we all love you. We love what we do, and we are only doing this because we want to help you. So anyway, many blessings to you, many blessings to us, and we look forward to hearing from you. So just let us know, and schedule a time, and then just have your PayPal ready, because as soon as that half initial investment hits, we're off to the races. And like our catchphrase says, we get the crap out. Everything's a rush job because it came from newspaper. The NRA magazine staff, newspaper, Dallas Morning News. It's all on the site. So it's like mbfirm.business.site, I believe it is. So we love you. I love you. Larry loves you. The rest of the family here loves you, and we want you to be part of our family. We're inviting you to be your friends and our family. So if you ever want a boxing lesson, come on in and you'll get one. But until then, let's use these hands for art. All right. God bless you, and we'll see you later. Hopefully we'll be hearing from you soon, because, hey, why not, right? Here we go.